Hey guys, welcome to the second part of our Rod Wagon Build. For some unknown reason, the camera audio got fed up with our rambling and peaced out for the intro, but what we're doing today is welding up a frame for our wagon tub to sit on. Ike had these metal pallets laying around, and we figured that they'd make for perfect frame rails once they were cut up and welded together. So without any further ado, let's get to it. As you can see, these are going to be our frame rails, although they're going to need to be longer than just each one of these. So Ike is kind of making some measurements to see how long we need those rails to be. I kind of wanted to make it look really nice, kind of sand down and paint up these frame rails, but because it's a rat rod, we decided to kind of leave them like they are. And the nice thing about a rat rod is it can be ugly. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I just welded two of our frame rails together. You can see right here. I welded them up and ground them down. And now Ike is welding up his side. With our frame rails welded together, I disassembled the wagon. So it's the next day. Like usual, these builds take more than just one day. And we got the whole wagon disassembled, and we have these two frame rails welded together. We're going to need to cut them down to size, though. Ike and Taylor are making some modifications to Taylor's go-kart because the steering shaft is kind of bending as we turn. I lined up our tub with the future frame with extreme eyeballing precision. So to be safe, we're going to cut out 4 cross members, and we decided that they need to be 12 and a quarter inches long to go across that gap. So I just cut a couple more sections out of this pallet here, this metal pallet. There's one of them. And Taylor is grinding them down so we can have a good place to weld to. And those are going to be our cross members. So we're going to weld 4 of these cross members across, according to the size of the tub there.
Where the tub is going to mount, we're going to have cross members up that way, which will give a nice spot for the bolt holes to go on.
So I just tacked a couple of those cross members in, and we're just going to kind of see what it looks like with the tub on it. I took the honor in welding the cross members, and because this was literally my 3rd experience with welding, the welds were pretty disgusting, so I then had to grind them down. So the frame is the only thing that's really welded together, but this is kind of what we want it to look like in the end. Obviously it's going to have to be a little higher, just so it doesn't scrape everywhere it goes. But yeah, this is the look we're going for, right there. So Ike and I have been here welding and grinding down parts of this frame until we're happy, or until it's free of holes. So we thought we were going to have to take a trip to the home improvement store, but we figured out that we actually have some bolts that will go through the tub into the chassis. They actually came off the wagon. I think they were holding on the pieces of wood that used to be on the side. So Ike put the tub on the frame and marked where he needs to drill holes so we can fasten the tub to the frame. And now he's going to drill some holes so we can put those bolts in the frame. So there are our bolts through the tub and the frame with nuts on them. So the tub is now attached, fastened to the frame. Looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? So we have the whole thing mocked up right now. I'm sitting in it, as you can tell. Got the rear wheels behind me. It's not going to be this high though. Tub, which I'm sitting on, the engine, which is lower than it's going to be. The front suspension is completely different from what it's going to be.
What we're doing now is we're figuring out where we're going to lop off the frame for some old style frame horns on the end.
It's pretty strong, isn't it? We're going for a ride. Whee! It's coming off. Oh, yep, that tire's going off the wheel.
Yeah.
So we're about done with the frame for our rat rod wagon. We have it all mocked up and ready to build the axles for it, the front and the rear axle, as well as mount the engine on it.
thank you for watching part 2 of the rat rod build. We got the frame pretty much mocked up, the rear end and the front end about where we want it, and we got pretty much got everything figured out for the engine mounting and how to make it move. So we'll get to that on the part 3, hopefully.
Yep.
Next couple of weeks or so.
Yep.
Right?
Front and rear axles, like you said. So please follow Cars and Cameras on Facebook and Instagram at Cars and Cameras Reviews. Please like and subscribe and comment on this video. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.